today's video. Today I have a little Wendy's Eat With Me video. I got their combo meal. So we have a chicken sandwich. I wasn't really in the mood for a burger, so we went the chicken route. And then we have some French fries. I don't really have a good setup for this today. And then a Dr. Pepper. Dr. Pepper is my favorite dark soda. And then I love Mountain Dew. Neither are good for me, but I love them both. Specifically, Code Red Mountain Dew is my go-to. But I can't remember the last time that I did an Eat With Me video, so I'm very excited to be sitting and enjoying a meal with you guys. I actually have not really eaten today. Let me try a bite of this sandwich and then we will talk about that. Oh, I was very confused. I was very confused because there was a tomato, but I'm usually a McDonald's girl. My husband and I both love McDonald's. So normally I get the McChicken at McDonald's and there are no tomatoes on that. But I saw pink on here and I'm not gonna lie, I got scared that it was like not cooked all the way, but it was just a tomato. So as I said, I'm usually a McDonald's girl, but for some reason, every year my school district gets Wendy's coupons. And some of them are for the staff, some of them are for the students. So I had some Wendy's coupons, and one of them was for a free combo meal. And we are currently on fall break. So today, I actually don't get the entire fall break off. My position at my work, I'm a school secretary, and my position is contracted for more days than like the teachers and the paras. So like I work all summer long, and whenever we have school breaks, I usually work part of the break. So for fall break, I worked Monday and Tuesday. Today is Tuesday, but I have no idea when you guys are going to see this video because I chose to work a half day today. Because even though I don't get all of summer break and all of like fall and spring break off, I do get vacation time. And I often don't use all of my vacation time until the summer. So I kind of stockpile it. So I decided to use a half day today. And I've been super productive. I've already recorded 2 full-length videos today, as well as a bunch of shorts. So if you see these nails in like many other videos, then you will know that I pre-recorded a bunch of my content today, which is really helpful because that means that over the next few weeks, I won't have to film. I can if I want to, but I don't have to. Which, for me, that makes recording a lot more enjoyable versus stressful. Because if I don't have content ready to go, then I stress out about getting content out quickly versus having good quality content, if that makes sense. I did not get napkins, so I apologize if I keep wiping my face. It's just because I don't want to have food on my face. But they didn't give me napkins. But yeah, so all of that to say, today I worked a half day at work, and then I was really productive with my content once I got home, which is really awesome. And then after I recorded all of my other videos, I was hungry. So I remembered that I had coupons for some free Wendy's, and I decided that today was going to be a Wendy's day. Even though I don't usually eat Wendy's, it hits the spot today. It was completely free, and free food always tastes better. I really love French fries in general, and for the most part I love McDonald's fries, but Wendy's fries just hit different because you can really tell that they're, I don't know, straight from the potato. Not that I don't think that McDonald's fries are, but sometimes McDonald's fries taste like they mushed up a potato and then put it into the fry shape, versus these, you can still see the skin and you just know that it's straight from the potato. I don't know if that makes any sense or if I sound crazy, but now I do like the McChickens from McDonald's, but this also tastes good. I've realized in my adult years that when I get fast food, I would much rather have chicken rather than beef. I don't know why that is. I don't feel like I've always been this way. I think when I was younger, maybe I did like burgers more, but I don't know. Let me know if you go to, well, let me ask a couple questions. First, do you prefer Wendy's or McDonald's or something else completely? And second, wherever you choose out of your fast food restaurants, what is your go-to order? Sorry if the camera moved. I bumped it while I was reaching for a French fry, so my apologies. I think that if I could only eat one fast food place for the rest of my life, not that that would be the only food that I would eat, but like the only fast food place I could go to, I think I would choose either Panda Express or Cane's, because I just like the quality of their food. But when it comes to sandwiches or burgers and fries, McDonald's would be my choice. I'm trying to think of what else I have to talk to you guys about, but I just don't really have anything else to talk about. Even though I am on fall break, I don't have any plans. So honestly, that's kind of great. Like I said, the day that I'm filming this today is a Tuesday. I don't know when I'm gonna upload it, but today is a Tuesday. And so I took a half day today, but then the rest of the week I am not contracted to go to work. So I will have 3 days off. So tomorrow, I think that my sister and I are going to hang out. She is also on fall break for her school. I don't know if I ever told you guys that my sister no longer works with me. I know that I've talked about the fact that she did work with me in the past. But this school year, she moved to a different school. But their school schedule is pretty similar to ours. So she is also on fall break. So we wanted to hang out, and I think we're gonna hang out tomorrow. And we want to do something fun and fall themed, but we have no idea what. So we shall see. I feel like whenever my sister and I hang out, we just end up going shopping or something. But I think that we would both enjoy doing a craft or something fall related. So hopefully we can figure something out. Maybe we could make a treat with apple or pumpkin, or even just go buy drinks somewhere that are fall themed. And then on Thursday, I don't think I have any plans. So I will probably spend the day deep cleaning our condo. I always like to dedicate part of my break time, whether that be in the summer, fall break, spring break, winter break, any of those times off of work, I try to dedicate to cleaning our condo. My husband works 2 jobs right now, and at the beginning of this year he worked a different part-time job, and then he stopped working there, and now he works a different part-time job. I hope that makes sense. Anyway, anytime that he's working a second job, I always try to really dedicate myself to kind of having my second job be really focusing on the home work. That way when he gets home, he's comfortable and doesn't have to worry. And I know that he is more than willing to help with the dishes or the laundry or cleaning, whatever. But I have more time than he does. So I want to do that for him. And I mean, shoot, I benefit from it as well. I have a clean house and I am a clean freak. So I like things to be, sorry, I am burping, and so I'm trying not to make it in your face. Anyway, I also benefit from having a clean house because I'm a clean freak, so I like things to be in their place. I like things to be organized and put away and just not messy. So I will probably try to spend the day on Thursday cleaning up and just getting things organized. Our condo doesn't really get messy, but every once in a while I like to, take everything off of the counters and clean them off, or do a couple of extra things like sweep the floors, or do the things that we don't normally have in our weekly routine, because we keep our laundry done, we keep our dishes done. We have a Roomba to vacuum the floors, which is a blessing. My father-in-law got us that for Christmas. Was that last year? No, it was 2 years ago. And that thing is amazing. Obviously it doesn't vacuum up everything because it can't get underneath certain furniture, it can't get behind certain things, so it's not like spotless, but it's definitely helpful. So yeah, all of that to say that I will probably try to dedicate Thursday to doing the extra tasks around the house. And then on Fridays, my husband works from home, so I'll probably just lounge in bed. And that way I'm not making too much noise for him. And depending on how busy his workload is, if he has to make phone calls, then I will sit in bed and be quiet. But if he's doing more work on his computer, then sometimes we can sit and watch TV while he's working. So we'll see what the day brings. I am currently listening to an audiobook for it's called The Gilded Cage, I believe. It is the second book after The Prison Healer, which I heard about from Haley Pham, who is a lifestyle vlogger. Actually, nowadays she really only makes book content. So I'm listening to that audiobook, and I am reading the physical book of Sunrise on the Reaping. Yeah, Sunrise on the Reaping. I couldn't remember which book was Haymitch's book and which book was Snow's book. But that one is Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I just didn't want to confuse the names. I talked about this book months ago, like probably in June or something, talking about how I wanted to start it and I wanted to read it. But at the same time, I didn't want to start it because I didn't want it to end. I always whenever I finish a book series, I get really sad because you don't want it to be over. Just like any TV show that you fall in love with, you just don't want it to be over. And that's how I feel about the Hunger Games series. I'm sure that Suzanne Collins could probably write more books, and maybe she will, but right now, this is the last book that we know of, or at least that I know of. Maybe she's mentioned doing other books. So I've been reading it so slowly. And I know that everyone that I've heard talk about it cries, and I don't want to cry. I don't want this series to end. So I've just been hanging on for dear life and reading it bit by bit. But the last like 2 weeks, I've been reading either 1 or 2 chapters every night, and I have less than a third of the book left. And as much as I want to finish it, at the same time I don't want to finish it. So who knows, maybe one of these days when I'm just lounging around in bed, I will continue to read that book. I'm sure that on Thursday, when I am cleaning our condo, I will probably listen to the audiobook that I was talking about, The Gilded Cage. But if I'm just laying around in bed, then I might do some reading, and we might finally finish this book one of these days. Shockingly, and no one messed this up for me. Shockingly, I have not yet seen any spoilers from this book. I have not looked for any spoilers. So I'm sure if I read a review on Goodreads or anything like that, I probably would see spoilers. But so far I have not seen any spoilers. And hopefully we can keep it that way and just finish out with a bang. I think I have like probably less than 100 pages left, if I'm not wrong. Maybe like 80 pages left. Again, so sad. I don't want it to be over, but I also do want to know what happens. Obviously, if you know the Hunger Games, you know that Haymitch is the mentor for Katniss and Peeta. So I can, figure out that outcome. But there have already been a few things that have happened that I'm like, I knew it was coming, but I didn't know how, and finding out how is never great in the Hunger Games books. So, we're just going through it. But yeah, I'm trying to think of, I just dropped the fry. I'm trying to think of what else we have going on. My sister-in-law just got engaged like, I don't know, a week or 2 ago. It's got to be at least 2 weeks by now. So I think her and her fiance are coming over on Saturday, either Saturday or Sunday, for dinner, which is going to be lovely. I'm really excited because we recently got our living room and kitchen area repainted. I've talked about that in other videos. And we finally hung up some decor pieces that we just didn't want to hang up yet because we knew that we needed to get the walls repainted. And I don't know, I just feel like our condo feels more complete, and my sister-in-law has not yet seen that. Actually, most of our families have not yet seen our like nicer looking condo. They've all seen the before, but not the after. My parents came over last weekend. No, 2 weekends ago. I don't know. My whole timeline is screwed up. But this video is not going to be posted for a while anyway, so the timeline's not even accurate. But my parents came over and they got a little tour of our condo. So they're the only ones that have seen it with the fresh paint. Actually, that's a lie. My sister came over as well. The thoughts are all clearing up for me now. But she just stopped by to drop something off and then left. So this will be our first time hosting in our nice, fresh condo. And that is part of the reason why I want to deep clean on Thursday. That way our condo is nice whenever my sister-in-law and her fiance come over for dinner. Because I wouldn't want to clean on Friday while my husband is working from home and then be loud and making noises while he's trying to work. So if I can do that on Thursday, it will be perfect. All right, well, I do have some French fries left, but I feel like I should cut this video short and stop rambling to you guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this little meal. I feel much more satiated now. I don't think I mentioned it in the beginning of this video, but I like barely ate anything today. Not because I wasn't hungry. I just was busy at work and I didn't bring food to work. And then when I took my half day, I came home and started recording right away. So I finally decided to eat a meal, and I'm glad that I got to share it with you guys. So if you liked this video, feel free to give it a like down below. I love to hear your feedback, so if you want to leave any comments, I will definitely be commenting right back. I love talking to you guys. And if you're not already part of our family, I hope that you will subscribe and stick around. And I hope to see you guys next time. Goodbye.